Hey guys, welcome to Understanding Marginalization Class 8, and it's the topic 2. If you guys haven't seen the part 1 of it, go and check that out because you'll understand more on this. So now the topic here is going to be like a blessing or a curse. And so the migration of Adiwasis. What do you mean by migration? Migration is nothing but going from a place or place due to any problem, going to a place permanently or temporarily. And then from the 1830s onwards, the Adiwasis from the Jharkhand and the people joining the areas even moved from a very large numbers, and like they mostly went to various tea plantations because the people some of the people where the Adivasis were living, no, people like us, and they just took their places for the national parks and stuff, so that they had nowhere else to go. So they um, went to work for like various tea plantation places like in Kerala, Assam, Himachal Pradesh, and they even happened to other places like in the world, like in the total world. It's like Caribbean, Australia, and a lot more. And India's tea industry became possible by the work of the Adivasis, or in the Adivasis work in Assam. So today there are 70 lakh Adivasis in Assam alone. However, migration involves several hardships. They should be psychologically ready, or there'll be issues and sometimes even death, because they're traveling from a place to place and they don't know if it's even like secure or stuff. What does migration even like mean? So that it means from moving from a place to from like home or a hometown or like city to a place permanently or temporarily. And other words for migration is like colonization and immigration, like that. So in the 19th century alone, 5 lakh Adivasis perished, or like they were gone, or like went missing in the process of migration, like going from a place to place temporarily or permanently. They like in the 19th century there were 5 lakh Adivasis were perished, gone, or missing. Can you even believe that? How sad is it? Time for the next question. Do Adivasis or tribals suffer from marginalization? Do only Adivasis or like tribals suffer from marginalization, from being the feeling of being left out? So the facts, that is employment of, answer is no. Not only the Adivasis or the tribals suffer from marginalization. Most of the people in does. So employment of the manual scavengers, which is like the street cleaners, but for like human dirt or human flesh or something like that. And then the Prohibition Act was like passed in 1993, and then the bonds law labor abolishment, and that is making people forced to do the work that they don't want to do, which has been abolished in act in which was in 1976. And then the interstate migrating worker job was like, it's just forcing the job that they don't want to do. Yeah. So child labor has been prohibited in the act, which in 1986. And then minimum wages salary, that is the amount of salary, the minimum amount of salary that should be given for particular work is like the act has been confirmed in 1948. And the equality of men and women, which is also said as the Equal Remuneration Act 1976. Okay, so the next question is, how can we prevent the marginalization? How can we prevent the feeling of being left out? Educate the people who are marginalized, and then encourage them, so that they just won't feel marginalized, and take them as a people of our own, and then protect their distinctive culture. I mean, you just can't tell them to be my culture, and you have to, leave them however they want, and then you have to protect that distinctive culture. And then there should be economic improvement also. People should also agree that they are a part of art now. All right, we had some fun. We just saw a lot of questions, and we learned about few facts too. Now everything we read in a short note, just going to see right now, which is in summary, the last 200 years many Adivasis have been driven out or missing or gone from the place in the process of migration. Migration is nothing but going from a place or place temporarily or permanently. And National parks and dams have come up in their ancestral lands, in the lands of the tribal people, and then making them move out from their own place, and then they just turn to be poverty. Because you know what is the difference between poverty and poor? Poverty means there is like nothing, no home, no food, no nothing. Poor means at least they have like a small hut, I mean they can like feed themselves. And then poverty is the like the worst case that anyone can ever have. They just, what is what are they telling here is the national people, like the national parks and the dams, just come to their the places of where Adivasis live which is in their ancestral the Adivasis ancestral place. The lands, they just take out the lands and then tell the Adivasis to move out from their own place. And then the Adivasis just turn out to be poverty because they don't have house. They just didn't take anything. They don't have money to even feed themselves. And then the loss of land has been a very important reason for the marginalization of the tribals, because they just can't do anything and they just feel left out in like a whole group of people are like laughing, and like they just ignore them. You can just imagine how it would be that way. Taking out of your own land and sending us to the streets and we being in poverty, that's the worst nightmare. And then minorities like Muslims are also one of the marginalized sections in India. Muslims are only of like 14.2%, and Hindu are like 70%. That is so bad. And so what happened was the Sachar committee, there was something like the Sachar committee, and that committee has highlighted the social, economic and educational status of Muslims in India. I mean, like they can take care of the educations, and then like the economic statics are in India. Guess what, you guys? We have completed the lesson as fast as possible. That was so easy and that was so interesting in my opinion. There are like few of the points that you still have to learn. I mean, you can attempt more questions and be a pro. That is our slogan kind of thing. So yeah, that was a really cool lesson. If you want more lessons like this, make sure like, share, and subscribe for more. Bye.